Good morning and welcome to day 67 of my Munros challenge. Today I'm walking route number 73, Beinn Bhuidhe, the Yellow Hill. I'm parked at the end of Loch Fyne in a pulling car park, free car park. I think it's tarmac at the beginning before we start the climb, so let's get going. Just crossing this bridge, we're going to hang a left, we're going to walk up past a brewery. This is a tarmac road. I understand you could cycle it, but with it being cars and having Stan, I've decided to walk today. This makes life a bit easier for me. So here's a brewery, fine ales. I like it. Well, if that shop's open on my way back, I might have to purchase some beer for tonight. 10 till 6. Well, that'll be open. First view up the glen. Now I plotted a track going up the side that isn't in the guidebooks, and I think I can see it there, and I think I'm going to take that and just go a totally different way to what the guidebooks suggest. So we'll see how we get on, but I'm sure that's the track there that I was looking at on the map last night. So we're on the long side, a deer park. There's quite a few various pounds with deer in. This cow doesn't look very happy that we're approaching its family. Not sure what to do here. Wow. So the guidebooks all suggested to carry on this track, and eventually I'm going to turn left and follow a gorge. However, I spied a track on the map, as you can see going up there, which kind of cuts across the top, which I'm going to take and see where it takes me. So here we are, here's the track heading up the fell side. Well, this track is certainly making its height quickly. It's just eased off a bit, give me a bit of respite. Very steep, that initial bit. As I say, it seems to, on the map, this looks to cut a corner off what the guidebook was suggesting, saying that I'm probably going to come foul of something higher up, which is why it's not in the guidebook, but we'll see. Wow, well, I think that's Beinn Bhuidhe in the distance. We're going to just follow this track around, and it meets another track that came out the forest where they're deforesting at the minute. Then we're going to wrap around, and our summit is way over there in the background, so it's not visible yet. A long way to go. We've probably got 500 or 600 meters of ascent still. So that gate there is locked. I'm not sure whether it's locked for vehicles or locked for walkers, but I'm committed now. I'm that far up the mountain, so I've climbed the gate and continuing. This track is cutting up the mountain very nicely. Let's look at some views. Now then, I believe that the other footpath that I could have taken follows this gorge here, and there is an option to go down that way. In fact, I can see a chap over there climbing. Do you know, I do believe that's the top of Beinn Bhuidhe. Wow. This is where the track leaves the path. So we're going to head up here now, head towards the summit. It's quite a steep grassy bank when you leave the track. You see Stan hiding in the rocks ahead. He's always 50 yards ahead of me, watching where I'm going. Wow, that looks interesting. The path rises quite steeply up through the rocks. Once you get to the top, you can hang a left and make your way over towards the summit. This is pretty much vertical. Not sure if you can see Stan hiding up there, peeping down, but he's almost above me. Let's pan around. You see how steep it is. Wow. Wow. There he is, watching over me. So we climbed up to that cairn, turned right, and now we're making our way towards the summit. Just met a nice chap who tells me there's 2 people ahead of me up on the summit. So here we are at the top, Beinn Bhuidhe. Remains of a trig point there. Wow, that was special. Look at this. Do you know, we've got away with it today because the forecast was low cloud. Apparently 2,000 feet cloud ceiling, so definitely got away with it. Look at that. So I'm retracing my steps now. I have to say that last bit was absolutely fantastic. Made up for the long drag up the Land Rover track, I suppose. We're just about to get to the path which I was calling vertical, and you can just see it here, dropping down. See the path? Fantastic. So, about to descend very quickly. Back on the lane, having had a chat with the people up at the top, I've decided that the best way back is back down the lane I came up, and I think it's a general consensus. Most people are doing it these days, so I thought I'd found something new, but apparently not. So there we are, we can see right down to the lock. Absolutely great view. Been a very, very interesting day. So I'm back at the bottom of the track. Now the way I came this morning, I came in from that way over the bridge, as you can see over there. Now I'm deciding not to retrace my steps with the Highland cattle and the young babies. It was a bit dodgy, so I'm going to go this way instead. They both take you back to the car park, but I believe this one takes you through a working quarry, although you're still allowed to walk through it. Hi, welcome to day 67 of my Munros challenge. Today I walked route number 73. It's Monday the 25th of April. I parked at the car park area at the end of Loch Fyne, and today I walked Beinn Bhuidhe. Great walk, but very different to the others I've done. You follow a tarmac track for quite some way, and it's quite a good cycle option should you choose to do that. The walk takes you past a brewery and a deer park. Now if you follow the various guidebooks, you stay on this this tarmac road for quite a way. However, I chose to leave the tarmac road about halfway as to what is normally advertised in the guidebooks. On the tarmac road I came across some cattle, some Highland cattle, with their with the young calves, very, very young calves, and it was a bit scary really, because obviously the mothers are trying to protect the young ones, and I had Stan, so to be a bit careful so as not to get between them all. Anyway, everything was fine. I turned off up the Land Rover track which I'd spied on the map the night before, and I have to say it went on for miles, this Land Rover track. It took me pretty much 3/4 of the way up, up the ascent, up until I pretty much met the path that you're supposed to take in the guidebooks, and the last quarter was amazing. It was absolutely fabulous. It started off with a steep grassy bank, and
which plateaued, and then you're pretty much faced with a vertical cliff. It was quite steep, and so you're following this like path stroke dry stream, which I would imagine wouldn't be dry in bad weather, up to a cairn, and then you meet a fabulous path which takes you along the tops, meandering through rocks, still climbing, but not half as steeply as previously, all the way to the summit. Now I then obviously retraced my steps. I chose to go the same way because I met 4 other people today, and 3 of them had all done various bits of homework, and they all chose to go the same way that I'd gone. Clearly it may be advertising a guidebook that I've not seen as a bona fide route. The other chap biked on the route that I had seen in the routes, and having spoken to him, I think the track is probably the better way to go. Having said that, the track is surprisingly steep in places, really steep considering it's a Land Rover track. You wonder how on earth they get up there. The day itself was 13.5 miles. It makes for fast going with it being tracks, so the whole day took me under 6 hours, and there's 3,510 feet of ascent.